Okay. So starting the class, we will start from the where we have left yesterday. Uh, so can anyone tell what is the method, or we can say what is the polymorphism?
One in many forms.
So one method can have multiple forms. It can have multiple parameters. Like one method can have multiple forms with different parameters. It can behave differently with in different conditions when they got different parameters. So that's is this is method overloading, and there is one thing as well, like method overriding. So for the method overriding, what we have to do to create a method overriding?
We we have already defined method in parent class. We can use that method in child class with different
Correct.
properties.
Correct. So the method which is already defined in the parent class can be overridden by the child class. Child class can override the parent class method to change the behavior of that method. Correct. And what is the runtime polymorphism?
Method
Overriding.
overriding
Method overriding is the runtime polymorphism. And compile time,
method.
for the compile time we have the method overloading. So these are the some topics we have discussed yesterday. And then I have a question, like we know that what a car does. Like we have a car and we want to start it, stop it, accelerate it. But do we always know how it does it? We already know that what a car does. Like we have a car and we already know that we can start it, we can stop it, we can accelerate it. But do we always know how it does work? How does it? How a car starts, or how it stops internally? Do we know it, or we always know, like if we press this button our car will start, correct? And if we press this button again, then it will stop. And if we press the accelerator, our car will accelerate. If we press our brake, then our car will stop, correct? That's how our car run. We already know about it. But do we always know how it does it? How our car is stopping internally? How our brake system is working internally? We always know it or not? No. Why? Because it is a unnecessary information for us. If we want to, if we only want to drive the car, we should know about it. But it is not like we always know what is internally happening. So this is called as abstraction. What is abstraction? Like we know there is a power button, you press on, TV start, correct? Or laptop starts. Do you know how electricity flows? Do you know how the motherboard works? No. You only know how to use it, correct? Like if we take another example, we have a ATM machine. We insert a card, we enter the pin, we withdraw money. Do you know the internal banking process, how it is checking your authenticating your card, how it is authenticating your pin, how it is getting the money from inside it? Like these are the some things we don't know. But we know if we insert a card, enter a pin, and withdraw the money, then we get the money from it. Correct? That's how our ATM works. Similarly, abstraction, if we discuss about the definition of abstraction, abstraction is the process of hiding implementation details and showing only the essential feature to the user. What we are doing in the abstraction? Abstraction is the process of hiding implementation details and showing only the essential features to the user. Or we can say abstraction focuses on what an object does instead of how it does. Correct? So I will share my screen here. I will create a new package, and day trial, and inside it we will create a class image abstraction. Correct? And we will create a main function as well, and inside it what we can do, uh, if we write the definition for the abstraction, what is the definition for the abstraction? It focus, or we can say it focuses on what an object does instead of how it does, how it does it. Correct? Like our abstraction always focus on what an object does instead of how it does it. Benefits, what are the benefits of abstraction? If we see like why we need abstraction, or
reducing the reducing the complex operational
complexity, to reducing the complexity, or we can say to increasing the simplicity. Correct? Security, first, security, it will increase our security. It will give, provide us simplicity, so we don't have to know about the mess happening behind. We just know simply what we have to do. Correct? Or better design, we can have better design using this. Easier maintenance, and code code reusability. Correct? What we had, security. When we use abstraction, what we got? Security, simplicity, better design, easier maintenance, and code reusability. Correct? Is it clear why we need abstraction? So can anyone tell how we can achieve the abstraction? Can anyone tell how we can achieve the abstraction?
using interface.
There are the let's see, to achieve the abstraction in Java, we have two things. One is abstract class, and second one is interfaces. So first we learn about the abstract classes. Abstract class, and first is abstract class, and second is interfaces. We have two types of two ways to achieve the abstraction. One is abstract class, and second one is interfaces. So what is an abstract class? Can anyone tell what is the abstraction
which
class?
have
Abstract
one
class.
method which have one method which does not have a body, and we cannot create the object of that.
Please repeat. Can you repeat?
Which has abstract methods.
Which has abstract method. If we see abstract class in Java, it is a class that cannot be instantiated and may can contain both abstract and concrete methods. There is a one big difference in abstract class. Like in abstract class, we can have uh, both abstract methods and concrete methods. What are the abstract methods and concrete methods? Our
Abstract method abstract the data.
methods which can, like if we write a method, which we just define the method in our abstract class and implement it inside our where we have extended it. When we extended our abstract class, we have to define this method. But concrete method is like we are writing code inside it. We are writing the implementation of that method. That method is called concrete method. Like if we are writing any method inside our normal class, we mostly write concrete methods. But in abstract class, what we have write, we write method without implementation. So for the example, or we can say for the definition, what is the definition? Is a class that cannot be instantiated. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of instantiated? Both abstract and concrete methods. So what are these? Can anyone tell? Like abstract class, we have a class which cannot be instantiated. What is the meaning of? There are two things. Like one is it cannot be instantiated, and second may contain both abstract and concrete method. This line is also important. May contain both abstract and concrete method. So if we check an example for it, we will try to write a class and name as animal. Okay, we will create a class name as animal, right? And we will make it abstract class. So we have created created a class which is abstract, correct? Now we will understand first line of it. What is abstract class? Is a class that cannot be instantiated. So what is the meaning of this line? If we try to instantiate any class, what we have to do? To instantiate any class, what we have to do? We have to create an object for it, correct? When we try to instantiate any class, what we have to do? We have to create an object for this class. So if we try to create an object for animal class, can we create it? If I try to create an object for it, what will happen? New animal.
Yes.
Can we do it? We have created a class name as animal, but we cannot instantiate it. Can we instantiate it like this? Can we create an object of it? So this means we cannot create object for it, correct? Or we can say or create object. So we have an abstract class which cannot be instantiated, or we cannot create object for it, and may contain both abstract and concrete method. But if we try to write it, we can write it like this as well. If we write it like this, it will work. Why? What we are doing here? Because we are not instantiated, we are defining, we can say we are directly writing empty body inside it. We are giving some definition for our animal class directly here. If we try to directly instantiate it, it will give us an error. We are not only instantiating, we are defining it. inside our main function. That's why we can create it using these brackets. But if we try to instantiate directly, it will give us an error. So what is the error? Animal is here. This line is clear. Why we cannot instantiate it? Abstract class cannot be instantiated. Correct? Second thing. What it is may contain both abstract and concrete methods. Okay. So what are the abstract methods? What are the abstract methods? If I try to write an abstract method is inside it, void sound, can we create it? Can we write a method like this? I have written a method named as abstract void sound. Can we write it like this? Yes. Because why we can write it? Because this is an abstract class. If we remove it, what it will show? Method body or abstract. Our Java expect it's our method should have a body or it should be abstract function. What it is required inside any class, if we try to write a method without body, it will show us error. But if we make it abstract function, what will happen? It will This error will be removed. If we write abstract here, this error will be removed. And or we can say, we have seen this line, we may contain both abstract and concrete methods. So we have created an abstract method here, but can we create an concrete method also? Can we create an concrete method inside our animal? Can we create a concrete
Yes.
method as well?
Yes.
So if we try to write a concrete method named as eat, and inside it system.out animal is eating. If I write it like this, will it work? This is an abstract method, correct? And second one is what it is? Concrete method. So now we know about the difference between abstract method and concrete methods. We have two types of methods. One is abstract method and second one is concrete method. So concrete method are the method which have some definition, or we can say which have some implementation. But abstract methods are which cannot be uh, implemented here. So these methods are implemented. But now we have another question. What it is? How we can use them? How we can use this method? How we can get this method? Or what is the use of it? Correct? There is a question in our mind, like
In child
why we
class,
need
we
it?
have to again implement.
Why we need this function? Why I have written this like this when we can directly write it like this? Correct? So abstraction, or we can say abstraction provide us like we can create a cleaner methods using abstraction. Why we can create a cleaner method? Or we can say like if we want to create a parent class, or we can say we want to something like a template or boilerplate for our product. Correct? If we want to launch some product, and we have to create a boilerplate for it, right? If we create a boilerplate, what is the boilerplate? Or we can say example code, or we can say starting code. Boilerplate is like something we have a code written already, so it has some condition. These conditions are fulfilled, or we can say rule set. We have created an rule set for our program, and each and every class creating from it should follow those rules, correct? So now if we create a class name as dog, if we create a class name as dog, what will happen using this class? If I write a class name as dog here and extends animal, what will happen? Why it is showing us error? Because we have written it inside it. We have written another
Step
class inside
plus.
our file. That's why it is showing us error. Or we can, or there is some condition like we cannot extend animal. Is it true? We can extend animal. We can create another class inside a class, inside a same file. We can create multiple classes. Then why it is showing us an error? Because let's see.
Implement.
Because we haven't implemented the sound method.
Yes, sir.
This should be implemented inside our dog. Our dog should have implemented sound method. Without it, it will show us an error. Correct? It is forcing us to write this sound method in our, or we can say it is forcing us to write this sound method inside our extend child class. If we don't write this sound method, it will show us an error. It will give us a compile error. We cannot compile this code. If we try to compile this code, it will give us an error. Correct? So what we have to do? We have to implement this method inside our child class as well. Or we can say we have to override this method. But we are not overriding here. Why? Because we are implementing it. This is an abstract method and we are directly writing our implementation inside our dog class. So for void, what can I write? System.out and dog is barking. Correct? We can write it. So we are overriding this method and writing the implementation as well. So we are not only overriding it, we are write an implementation for this method, which is abstract created inside our animal. So what it is saying, I have created some rule set inside our animal method, animal class, and each and every animal should follow those rules. Correct? Each and every animal should follow those rules. Then we only call them as animal, or we can then we can only extend this animal class. If we don't follow those rules, it will show us an error. So that's how our abstraction class abstract class works. So inside abstract class, what we can do, we can write both methods. One is abstract method, second one is concrete method. Correct? It is clear.
Yes, sir.
So now if we try to create dog d equal to new dog and d dot eat or d dot sound, what will be the output here? These outputs are easy. What will what we will get output here? One is
Dog
eat,
is
and
eating.
there
Dog is
we will
barking.
get animal is eating.
Animal is eating.
And second one, dog is barking. Correct? Why it is giving us animal is eating? Because it is coming from the animal class, not from the dog class. This eat function is
Right.
coming from the animal class. We haven't overridden
Yes.
it, and it is not forcing us to override this function. Correct? It is not forcing us to override this concrete method. What will happen if we try to write a method here? Okay, let's try to write an abstract method inside our normal class. Can we write it? If we try to write a method like this, can we write it? No. we cannot write our abstract method inside our normal classes. Why? It will show us abstract method is non-abstract, in non-abstract class is not allowed. It will say abstract method in non-abstract class is not allowed. Correct? So if we want to write an abstract method, we have to create an abstract class there. Inside our abstract class, we got functionality. There we can write normal methods or abstract methods as well. So we can write both methods inside our abstract class. Is it clear? Any doubt in this? So for now, if we write rules, what will be the rules for our abstract class? What are the rules of abstract class? First, can have, or we can say can have both methods, abstract and concrete. Variables inside it, can we write it? If we try to write variables inside it, can we write it? Can our abstract class can have variables? If we try to write variables inside it, can we do it? Or we can say private int can we write it? If we write it like this, can we, it will work or not? It is showing us an error. No. Why it is not showing us an error? Because we can have variables inside our abstract class. So we can write can have variables, and third is, can we create constructor inside our abstract class? If I want to create a constructor here, can we create it? If I write like this, will it work? If we run it, it will work or not? It will work as it is. Correct? It is not giving us any error. We can have, so we can say can have constructors, and but what we cannot do inside it, what is the one rule we cannot, what is the one thing we cannot do inside it, or we can say what we cannot do with our abstract class? We cannot
Create object.
create object. Correct? So it can have variables, it can have constructors, but we cannot create object. Correct? So these are the some rules of abstract class. So it work like a, it will have some things like, it can have properties like normal class, it can have variables like normal class, it can have constructors like normal class, but we cannot instantiate it, or it can have both methods like abstract and concrete methods. So this is, these are the some rules we have to follow inside our abstract class. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
It will behave like a normal class, but it cannot have object for it. We cannot create an object, so this constructor is not directly called, correct? When we call the constructor, when we create an object for it. But if we write something like this here, system.out, did our constructor is calling anytime in this code? If I write animal creating, then what will happen? Will this line print if we try to run this code? Will this line will be printed or not if we run this directly from here? Did our code reach this line or not? Yes or no?
Yes, like when we are using animal is eating method. Then
If we run this, our animal creating line will be called. Why? Because we are creating an object of our dog class, correct? We are creating the object of our dog class, and we have already seen in our previous class in inheritance, when a child inherit any parent class, what will happen? It will call their uh, constructor automatically, correct? If we are not calling it specifically, it will call it automatically. It will call its default constructor automatically, correct? And why it is default constructor? Because we haven't provide any parameters inside it, correct? That's why it is a default parameter, or we can say no arc constructor, or we can say no arc constructor. This constructor is called as no arcs constructor. And default constructor is like when we haven't created it, so it will call the default constructor of our animal class. Each and every class have their default constructor created by itself. So this is our no arc constructor, which is called automatically when we try to create an object for our dog class. Is it clear? Correct. Now, how we can achieve abstraction using interfaces? We have second thing. One is abstract class, second one is interfaces. Correct. If we try to achieve the abstraction using interface, how we can achieve it? What is interface? Like
Interface is a collection.
okay, so if I say we have a phone, correct? We all we have a phone. It can call, correct? We have a camera inside our phone. We can have internet in our phone. It can have a Bluetooth inside our phone, correct? But different companies like Samsung, Apple, OnePlus, what they implement these features differently, correct? We have a phone, and inside this phone,
Yes.
what we can have? We can call, we can capture pictures, and we can use internet, and we also have Bluetooth, correct? Each phone have these things, correct? Each and every phones have these things. But what will happen? Like we have multiple brands in our system, correct? We have multiple brands like Samsung, Apple, OnePlus, and they all implement these features differently. If we try to call, but main function is same for each and every for each and every brand. We have a main function, like if we want to call, we have to dial the number and we have to dial it, correct? But there can be some differences, like they can implement those features different way, in a different way. Like some camera have, like we have a one phone which is have 50 MP camera, and we have another phone which also have 50 MP camera, but in this camera or in this phone, it captured more clear pictures. Why? Because it has good software, or we can say it has an advanced software which calculate pixel more precisely. And this phone have a normal camera, or we can say it has a 50 megapixel, but it cannot process this image in on that category. So that's how both pictures are different for both phone, correct? So that's how implement these companies can implement these features differently. This is where interfaces come, right? We have a functionality, like we have created a phone, we have created a class name, or we can say we have created a interface name as phone, correct? And we have written down some functions it should have, like call. Our phone should call. Our phone should have camera. Our phone should have internet. Our phone should have Bluetooth. So each and every company came to build this phone. They have to implement these features. Their methods can be different, their approach can be different, but these features should be implemented in each and every phone, correct? That's how we can create some rule set, which is the main, like we can say, which is the main important, or we can what we can say, uh, it is the necessity of abstraction. That's why we need abstraction. So we can provide an interface, or we can provide some rule, so any child class will come, and we can, they should have these functions always. So if we say interface, or we can say it is a blueprint. Interface is a blueprint of, for which we have to create blueprint. Like object is a, like we can say class is a blueprint of object, correct? What is the interface? When we need interface, interface is a blueprint of a class. We can say interface is a blueprint of a class. So when we have to create a class, what we will do, we will implement each and every features we have defined in our interfaces, correct? So when we inherit these interfaces, what we have to do, we have to implement each and every features we have written inside our interface, correct? That contains method declaration, or we can say which, it is a blueprint of a class that contains method declaration which implementing class must define. There is a word must. Why we are using this must here? Because if we are implementing any interface inside any class, it must have to define these method declaration. It should contain these method declaration. If we will not provide implementation for those method declaration, it will give us an error, correct? So how we can create an interface? New Java class, and there is interface, correct? There is interface. So what we can do, if I write a vehicle and create a interface for it, correct? So how we will define an interface? We have to write the interface here, like a class. How we are defining a class, we have to define the interface as well. We have to define, we can provide the keyword here, access modifier, and we can provide the keyword interface to define our vehicle interface, correct? Inside it, what we can write? Start void stop. Now what will happen if we try to write a function name as, why it is showing us an error? and we are not writing abstract method as well. Like we are not writing abstract before it. In abstract class, we have to must define the abstract method to write method like this without implementation.
Start or stop.
In here, in abstraction class, in animal class, what we have to do? We have to specifically declaring our method as abstract here, correct? We have to define our method as abstract, but inside our interface, what we have to do? We directly write our method like this. We don't have to define it as an abstract method. We inside interface, we can only have abstract methods. If we try to write it like this, what will happen? It will show us an error. Interface abstract method cannot have a body. So it is saying that we don't have any method inside our we cannot create any method which have body directly. If we try to write a method which have some body, it will give us an error. But can we write any method without body, with body in our interface? Is it possible? If I want, like we want some method which should have body, can we write it inside our interface? Or we can say, can we write any concrete method inside our interface? It is giving us error. If we writing a method with body, it is giving us an error. But can anyhow we can write it? What I should write it here? E20. Okay. So inside it, can we write it like this? Like I want to write this method necessarily. Like we need this method inside our interface. So doing something, we can write it or not. If we want to write a method with concrete body, can we write it inside our interface? Normally we cannot write it, but there is something using that we can write it. One method inside our interface which have concrete body. We can write a method with concrete body only one time. Using what? We have a method name as default. We can directly create a default method. If we write it like this, default void fuel, it will not give us any error. Why it is not giving us error now? Because we have used default keyword here. To write a method with concrete body inside our interface, we have to use default. If we try to write a method like this, like we will try any other method with concrete body, like break. Can we write it? Why we are not able to write it? Okay, for now. Can we write it? Why we are allowed to write methods with default keyword inside our interface? Why it is implemented inside it? Like before, in previous versions of Java, it is not allowed here. It was not allowed to write any concrete method inside our interfaces. But our programmer faced some issues. That's why they allowed user to write some default methods inside our interfaces. Why? How we can write it? We have to define a default keyword and then we can write it. So how it will help us to breaking the code? Why we need this? Why we need these? Like we have created an interface, and using those, we have created a interface name as vehicle. uh, then we have multiple cars using those vehicles, or we can we have already created a vehicle multiple cars or we have already created multiple vehicles using this interface. But what will happen if we need a new function inside it? What would we want to apply a function which is fuel, correct? So I think there is some network issue. Okay. So there is something, if we have already deployed some vehicles using this interface, and after some time we need to introduce some new methods inside our interface. What will happen if we introduce some method inside our vehicle interface? What will happen to other vehicles which are already deployed? They don't have those methods implementations, correct? So they will break. Other vehicles which have already deployed will break because we have created a new method inside it named as fuel, correct? If I've created a method named as fuel inside it after the deployment of our vehicles, or already deployed vehicles are on the market, and then we provided a new method named as fuel, and it those vehicles doesn't have this implementation till now. So what will happen? Both vehicles, if I which is the most problem if we have written the E20 here, what will happen? Vehicles which is already deployed in the market will break. Why they will break? Because they are not supported this method. What will happen? Those vehicles already deployed will break in the real condition, correct? So what we can do, we have to provide the default here. We have to provide a default here. If we provide a default and provide the some basic condition, or we can say we have provided some default implementation for E20. So what will happen? Those vehicles, or we can say option, we have created it as an optional. If we deployed it with option, so what will happen? Those vehicles already deployed in the market have option to choose between the normal fuel, or will not affect the current vehicles which is already deployed in the market, correct? Is it clear? Is it clear why we need default keywords and how we can create an interface? We have created an interface, and after that what we had, how we can use this interface? Can anyone tell how can we use this interface? To use the interface, or we can say when we are implement when we are inheriting the when we are inheriting a class, what we are using extend keyword, correct? To implement to it is implements. So if we try to if I write a class here name as car and try to implements vehicle, correct? It is showing us some error. What it is showing? Implement methods. What are the methods? Class car must have either be declared abstract or implement abstract methods name as start in vehicle. So it is asking us to implement those two methods. If we like currently it is asking for the one method, correct? if I write an implementation for start and stop. I have written the implementation for start and stop. So now it is not complaining. Why? Because we have created as default. So it will become optional for it. It will become optional method. It is not must to implement. Each and every vehicle must not have implement our E20, but each and every uh, abstract method should be implemented inside our vehicle class or car class. Correct? So we have written these methods inside it and it will stop complaining. But we can also override it. We can also override public void public void E20 and we can implement it as well. So this will also work. Correct? We can directly do it as well, and this method is optional to be implemented, but these methods are must to have uh, to implement the vehicle interface. Is it clear? Is it clear? Now if we try to create a object for our car, can we create it? If we create an object for our car, what will happen? If we write c start and c dot E20 and c dot stop, so it will work or not? It will work, correct? Car started,
Yes, sir.
E20 supported, and car stopped. So that's how we can create an interface and use it in our classes. So do you understand why we have implemented this vehicle interface, or why we need interfaces at all? Why we need an interfaces? To create a blueprint for our class. Correct? To create a blueprint for our class, we need interfaces. And each and every method which is defined as abstract, or we can say without implementation methods, should have any implementation inside our car class. Correct? Is it clear? Now what we had, if I say rules, what are the rules for it? Cannot create an object similar like our we cannot create object, or second one is methods are public and abstract by default. Inside this class, did we have defined it as a abstract method? Did we have defined our start method as abstract or public? No. Correct? But they are already defined as public and abstract by default. So all the methods which we are defining inside our interfaces are public and abstract by default. Can we create a private method inside our interface? Can we create a private method inside our interface?
No, sir.
Can, if we try to write this method as private, will it work? No. Why? Because they will not be accessible
This
from
is
outside,
public.
and we
Yes, yes,
cannot
sir.
create any object of our vehicle interface. So we, so those methods are not accessible from anywhere. So it will be waste of code. We can say we are writing a trash code inside our program if we create a private method inside it. So that's why we are not right. We cannot write private methods inside our interfaces.
Okay. Okay.
Other property we have inside our interfaces, what it is? Support multiple inheritance. Why it is? How we can uh, achieve multiple inheritance using interfaces? If I written a like public interface, or we will remove a public from here, interface, and what it can be? Engine.
Constructor not allows.
Okay, so we have created an engine interface. Constructor are not allowed. Wait, we can write it. We can write it like this. We can implement multiple interfaces inside a same class. In one class, we can implement multiple interfaces. So we can implement vehicle, engine in the same class. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? So that's how we can achieve multiple inheritance. That's how we can achieve multiple inheritance inside our abstraction. And fourth one is, can we create a variables inside it? If I write some variable,
Yes, sir.
int engine type equal to, or can we write it like this? No.
No, sir.
Why we cannot write it? Because
Not all
we
variables
cannot, like, if I try to write an, if I write any variable without value, what will happen? Or we can say we can have a uh, we can say we can have a confusion here that we cannot create variables, but inside interfaces we can create variables, but we have to define their values. If we define value for this variable, it will give us no error. Why? Because any variable created inside our interface is variables. We can say variables are public, static, and final. So when we are creating any variable inside our method, or we can say when we are creating any variable inside our interface, it will be public, static, final by default, and we cannot change it. So we cannot change it. Is it clear? If I try to write it private or protected, it will give us an error here. It will show us error. So this int engine type is public, static, and final already.
finally.
So by default, our variables inside interfaces are public, static, and final. Correct? And if I try to write an interface inside it, or inside our interface, if we write to create a constructor, can we create it? Neither using default or using default also we cannot create any constructor. Constructor is not allowed in interface. So we can say constructor is not allowed in interface. We cannot create any constructor inside our interface. Correct? So these are the some rules we have to follow to create an interface. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So can anyone tell what are the difference between abstract class and interfaces? There are in front of you. Like what are the differences between abstract class and interface?
We have abstract. We have abstract as well as complete method in abstract class, and we have only abstract method in interface. We have to use default for creating a concrete.
Hello, am I audible? Hello, am I audible? I think there was some network issue. So where I have break? When network was break?
Abstract means interface.
Uh, my screen is visible or not? My screen is visible. Now my screen is visible or not?
No, sir.
Yes.
No.
Buffering. Why does that mean?
It's now visible.
My screen is visible
Yes, yes, it's visible now.
now. Not visible now. Okay. So what where we are? Like, can one interface inherit another interface? This is the question. We have like one interface. So can our engine inherit vehicle, or we can say vehicle can inherit engine? Yes, it can inherit. Answer is yes. How we can do it? We have to extend vehicle here. If we want to inherit vehicle interface, what we have to do? We have to extend it. Correct? Or we can say extends engine, and here we can remove it. So if we have any function here, void power, so our car should have power method inside it. Correct? So it will automatically ask to create this power, write the power method implementation. Why? We are not directly implementing it here. We are not writing it like a comma engine, right? We are not writing vehicle comma engine inside our car. But what we are doing, our vehicle class is extending our engine interface, our vehicle interface extending our engine interface. So our car class should have each and every method which is created as abstract inside our vehicle interface and engine interface. So we have created a power method inside our engine, so it will ask to implement this method as well. So we can say one interface can inherit any other interface as well. Correct? Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. So I think there is some buffering as well for today. So we will end this class here. So any doubt in the abstraction today? If anyone have any doubt inside in the abstraction, or we can say this is the fourth pillar of our OOPS. So inside our OOP, what we had in OOPS, we have four pillar of OOPS. We have a like in OOPS we have four pillars. What are the what are them? One is first was encapsulation. Correct. What we have learned in the first OOPS class was encapsulation. Second was polymorphism. Third was inheritance, and fourth is abstraction. So we already know about these. We already have learned about the encapsulation, polymorphism, and inheritance and abstraction. Correct. So these are the four pillars of our OOPS. So that's all for today's class. I think there is some buffering issues as well. So we will continue from the tomorrow. Any doubt in this? Any doubt in the today's class? Okay. And thank you everyone. we will end this class. And feedback portal is open on the Ranko test. So you can mark your attendance there.